for his friend there.
I like the fact he took it right off dude's wave cap. Took it right off the wave cap, right off the top. No,
these are the types of dunks we could see in the slam dunk contest if the NBA would take your idea of having an open competition.
Yeah, let's do it.
And that is Chris Carter's idea, not Paul Pierce's idea, even though he tried to steal it from you and put it on his show.
All right, overseas, Italian basketball, former Iowa State Cyclone Tyrus McGee.
Oh, allegedly. Tyrus McGee, 6'2", and the trash talking right there. Hang on the rim and tell him about it, young fella.
All right, time to play Drawing a Blank. Zion was drafted #1 as expected by the Pelicans. However, there's a lot of talent in this draft, so see the player outside of Zion you're most excited about watching is blank.
I'm going with Jackson Hayes.
Ooh.
The 7-footer out of Texas. Now, I had to do some research on this kid.
Zion's teammate now.
Yes, absolutely. A 7-footer, grew 11 inches in high school. The son of Jonathan Hayes. And you'll like this. His mom's a baller.
Yeah.
Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year. Averaged 50 in high school. Average 50 in high school. When you got genes like that, man, I look at his potential. Tyson Chandler, as a comparison, rim runner, shot blocker, only averaged 5 shots a game at Texas. The upside, him and Zion, let's do it.
He's a really interesting pick. I talked to Eddie Johnson last night, one of the best players ever to not be in the Hall of Fame. He said he has bigger hands than anyone currently in the NBA. Bigger than Kawhi. He said his hands are bigger than Dr. J. He says the biggest hands he's ever seen on a basketball player. So that's interesting. I'm going to go with Ja, though. I know that's kind of the cop-out answer, the easy answer.
No.
But he is the one. He would have been the #1 pick in 4 of the last 10 NBA drafts. He is that type of talent. And his rise has been meteoric from a lightly recruited kid to 2 years later, the consensus #2 pick. And his game translates immediately. Scoring from deep, being able to get to the rim, great passer. Excited to see him in Memphis.
Speaking of Ja, there was little suspense in the top 3 picks last night, but things got interesting at #4 when the Hawks drafted DeAndre Hunter after a trade with the Pelicans. So, Nick, the biggest steal in the draft last night was blank.
Bol. Listen, maybe the guy will never be a rotation NBA player, but he was a projected top 8 pick before the season started. He was a projected top 20 pick 12 hours ago, and he falls to 44. I mean, listen, before he got hurt last year, he's taking 3 threes a game at 7'4", and he's making 52% of them. My guy, Bol, the son of the great Manute Bol. Bol grew up right outside of the place I grew up, right outside of Kansas, Missouri. Bol is my answer.
Well, I'm going to tell you, they probably won't take him in the top 20. Then he wore that Spider-Man suit. That probably dropped him back about at least 20 spots. Man, that thing was whack. That ain't no draft day suit. That spider web up on your dang on thing. Listen, I'm going to Portland. They had the 25th pick, right?
Yeah.
Nazir Little from North Carolina, the 3rd North Carolina player. You saw him at coming out of high school. Big time respect for him. But he got hot in the ACC tournament and the NCAA tournament. A lot of people don't know about him. Great athlete. I believe he'll play better in Portland with the guard play that they have, with the open shots that they'll create. Look for him to continue to develop.
If he could have gone straight out of high school, he'd have been a top 10 pick. That year at North Carolina cost him probably $10 million.
Yeah, and I just also believe he's not a guy built for college, you know. Okay. Like he was thinking about other stuff.
All right. Last night was the biggest night of these young men's lives, and they were wearing their Sunday best for the big event. See, I know you're not going to go with Bol, so the best dressed player last night was blank.
No, it definitely wasn't Spider-Man. It was the first guy. He dressed like a first pick. A little off-white. We're going to start it in June. It's summer. You can go ahead with white or off-white, but Zion, man, he laid it down. You can't wear black because it's not a funeral. You got to let people know I'm here. It's like prom. Man, what besides prom, besides your wedding day, you're going to look good? That's what Zion looked like last night.
Zion was great, but I'm going to go with his teammate wearing that pink jacket, RJ Barrett. This is fly, man. You know I got a pink blazer like this that I haven't ever broken out.
Yeah, but see, that's your problem. See, when you got a darker complexion, the pink pops. When you pale like you don't know that. I know you think you dark. I know you talk like you dark, but you pale, so that pink don't be popping.
I've never worn it, but I do have it. I liked RJ Barrett in that pink.
You got a pink sweatsuit.
Where would you get back from the time off?
Oh, yeah.
Tan,
vacation.
glowing, his hair will be longer.
How about that?
Man, dude is going to be on the beach with some LeBrons on and long socks and some long them basketball shorts.
Coconut oil. Get the coconut oil. The draft last night was filled with emotion. We saw some beautiful moments between the players and their families. See, the best moment in last night's draft was...
It had to be just a rare emotion. When you start bringing the parents in and Zion just hearing more about his story, they're in South Carolina. Humble means his mom was his basketball coach. He said he's going to be in the NBA at the age of 5. At the age of 9, he was doing shooting drills at 6 in the morning. His mom coached him until he was 14. And all these things that you've seen, and I've experienced this because I had great dreams. When you get in the league, it's better than that. It just overcomes you just from nowhere. Like you think you got it all together. You think you're cool. You think like, yeah, I was meant to play. But man, it just overwhelms you that your dreams are actually happening. And them happening is actually better than what your dreams were.
That's great, and that's touching. I'm going to go on the other side a bit. Ja Morant, he said his dad was his original hater, right?
Yes.
And his dad must have heard him say that because his dad dressed like someone from Dave Chappelle's Player Haters Ball. He had the hat, he had everything going. I looked at that, look at him. I said, oh my God, he's trying to absolutely play the part. So that to me was the best moment. Ja's dad leaning into it. Oh, you going to call me a hater? I'm going to look like Charlie Murphy. Hate. I loved it. So
well,
that
he
was
actually earned it because Ja's mom got pregnant at a young age, and he actually gave up his basketball career. He was a teammate of Ray Allen, accomplished basketball player. He decided, man, I got responsibility, putting everything in the job. Man, they going at this thing together.
Absolutely.
Some incredible